Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Migrant Mayhem. With yours truly, DJ Wonder Chrissy. There you go. Ow! Ow! We're gonna talk a little finance. We're gonna bring the bongos down. There we go. We got the bongos a-bongoing. Okay, so welcome. I am the DJ, and this is Land Cruiser Midwest. Hope you're having a good Father's Day. It is Father's Day. It is June 16th, 2024, and today's topic is why there will always be people that you know that are poor, no matter what. In case you guys have been following the channel the last couple of years, I've been trying to impart some financial wisdom on people through this channel a little bit. And let me just say that in my conversations with people, off the channel here, as I go through life, and we meet people in the restaurant industry, we meet people in the service industry. It's painfully clear that financial education is not being taught in our schools, high schools and colleges, grade schools, any school at this point, unless you seek it out. I think personally you can probably get yourself a pretty good education on the tube here about finances, just by searching things out personally. But it's been confirmed that by my discussions with multiple people from multiple places, that school just doesn't do it anymore. So it's kind of, you got to think about it this way: if we haven't taught these people anything, there is a point in their lives where people cannot absorb anything. Okay, and nor will they seek it out. So I think we're at the point, even though we've got a lot of smart people out there, there's a lot of smart people who graduate college. There's a lot of people that don't graduate college and they're still smart. But they're fiscally irresponsible. These people are fiscally irresponsible. And let me tell you, I know some of them for decades. There's a lot of people who just like to keep up with the Joneses. Have you heard that one? I know people who have had to have their credit cards reset. Okay, that's basically rolling it over into a refied mortgage back in the 2000s, right? And in the early 2000s, when interest rates were low, people would just take their credit card debt and wipe it clean and throw it into a refinanced mortgage and move on like that without having any big bumps and bruises on the way. I know people that have done that several times, and they're highly educated. They have master's degrees in various things, and they still can't manage their money. I know people who on the edge of retirement are buying new and bigger houses only to potentially lose them or take a hell of a haircut here as the real estate market here in Illinois is getting ready to fall immensely. The bubble is getting ready to fall, so I don't recommend buying a house at this point in time. Pretty much throughout our nation. I mean, prices are just overinflated. The bubble's getting ready to burst. And hey, I'm not giving financial advice. Let's just say that. I'm just telling you my observations as I talk and chat to people, as I live my life here as a YouTube content creator. And like I say, we dabble in lots of things. I have a background in financial systems, so that's why I like to dabble in finance and helping people to recognize where they need to make change so that they can pull themselves by the bootstraps out of poverty and the working poor. It's possible, folks. It's possible, but what I'm here to tell you today is I've come to the realization that being poor is not just being poor. It's a mindset. It is a mindset. I can tell you that there's many people that I've come into contact with in the years, and if you gave them $10,000, the majority of them would blow it. They would spend it on something that they really didn't need, something that they wanted, an expensive purse, a new fancy watch. Very few people would save any of it. Very few people would put it towards their credit card bills that they had that are ballooning. Many of the people would go out and they would apply it to a new card that they couldn't afford to begin with. So it's sad that we have this whole generation. Let me restate that. We have generations, not just one generation. Because the people in my generation that are just financially illiterate, or I think they just don't care. I think they are literate, but they just don't care about their finances. And they're at the point now where they haven't saved for their retirement, and they're not going to. So they're just whistling past the graveyard, waiting for something bad to happen. And I'm here to tell you, the way this economy is going, there's something afoot, folks. The numbers are pointing to bad things ahead. We're seeing repos go up. We're seeing the increase in financial vehicles that people should be staying away from, like mortgage arms. That's adjustable rate mortgages. Back in 2007, 2008, 2009, the great financial crisis, there was a lot of wealthy people who really planned their own demise by purchasing large houses with very little down. Some of them would use second mortgages for their down payment, and the first mortgage was an adjustable rate mortgage. Well, if you do any research on the great financial crisis, mortgages, as you would expect, spiked up for many years. Housing prices went down, and when those mortgages adjusted, like every 7 years, you have to refinance those arms usually. 5 to 7 years. So when came time to refinance those mortgages, some of these people saw 30-40% reduction in asset that they had no equity in. I just watched a video of a gentleman who purchased a $1.1 million home in Palm Desert, only to lose it 3 to 4 years later when he was $400,000 underwater. Yeah, let me say that again. This guy bought a 1.1 million mansion on a golf course and all the trimmings to go with it, only to lose it 3 to 4 years later when the value of the house plummeted to $600,000. That's a 45% decrease in value. He ended up just walking away from it. He did put it on the market for people to purchase at a short sale, but the creditors that he had, the two loans that he had two loans. He had a primary mortgage and a secondary mortgage on the initial equity of the house. When he found a purchaser for the fair value of the house, he had several of them, the creditors denied it. And shortly thereafter, he moved out of